All right, guys, we're back with lesson 3 of programming the Opta using the Arduino PLC IDE. As you can see in front of us, we brought in a little bit more hardware, and it's just a power supply so that we can do some inputs and a switch. All right, so today's lesson, we're going to add on a little bit to the ladder logic, and we're going to add a few more lines to the structured text. And then also we're going to wire up this power supply to wire into the plus and minus for what this PLC needs for its input. And it's between 12 and 24 volt DC. And then we'll also wire in this key switch. We're going to use that as a reset button. So you'll see as we get into it a little bit. But I think the first thing that we want to do is actually move back over to the ladder logic. So we'll kick on back over to our ladder logic, and we're going to add a new line, and we're going to use the front button again, but we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to add a timer. So if you hold the front button for a certain length of time, we're going to have it do something. And in order to do that, we're going to open up this little window. We're going to click on standard, expand the timers, and then we're going to do TON, timer on delay. And we're just going to click it and drag it over, and you can just set it right on top of this bit, and we can just call it timer. Boom, it pulls up that block there. So the two things that it looks like we're going to need to make this work is going to be a PT control bit, which is preset time, and then an ET control bit, which is going to be an elapsed time. So we're going to jump over to the variables. We're going to make two new variables, and one is going to be timer ET, but it's not going to be Boolean this time. This time it's going to be an unsigned double integer. Then in the other one, we need a preset time, so we're going to do timer PT. Once again, you could name this whatever you wanted, but I just want it to kind of make sense. So it's also going to be an unsigned double integer, but we're going to have it be constant. And this is what's going to hold the amount of time we want the timer to be. So I'm going to put 5 seconds, which is going to be 5,000 milliseconds. That's what you have to put in there. So now we have a preset time of 5,000 for our timer. So we'll go back over here, we can double click the preset time and then go find our variable we just made. All right, there's that. Now we're going to grab the other one. I don't think we actually need this other one to make it operate, but if you want to know, like over here, we can add that to our watch window. If you want to know how much time your timer has accumulated so far, I think we have to download the code first. So let's finish this line. So we want to have it turn on another LED. I don't think we've used LED, let's just say LED 1. But instead of doing a normal bit, we're actually going to change it up. We're going to do a set bit. And as you've probably guessed, the set bit, once it turns on, it's going to stay on until you tell it to reset. And that's what we're going to use that switch for. So let's go ahead and compile this code and download it. And then let's add our timer time so you can watch it time here. Okay, there we go. So now, if we hold this button, you can see it timing. Once we hit 5,000, we should see LED 1 come on. And there it kicked on. It looks like LED 4 kicked on at the same time. Oh yeah, that's because when we let off the front button. I don't know if you can see that with my thumb in the way, but let's see. Okay, you can. Okay, so yeah, that's cool. But now what are we gonna do to get this LED to shut off? So we're gonna go ahead and wire up. We're going to pretend like I've turned power all the way off on this. So one side of the switch is going to have to go to, let's just say, input 1. And then the other side of the switch is going to have to go to power. And don't worry, we'll hook power up to this thing. Okay, so then this is the power of the power supply. So this is going to be the negative. Okay, so our wiring should be finished. So let's see how it works. So let's add a new line. And this time, well, let's back up one step actually. We need to go to our resources tab, and we need to go to programmable inputs, and we need to go ahead and map that this is going to be our input, and we're just going to call it reset. But that's going to be our key switch. So it's digital, Boolean, we're just calling it reset. So now we should be able to use it in our ladder. So if we double click here, type in reset, boom, comes up. And then we want to do the R bit of this LED 1, that way we can turn it off. So we'll do reset, LED 1. And the whole point of using these set and reset bits is kind of like a latched bit. So I can momentarily trigger this and it'll stay on until I decide that I want to turn it off. So it can be pretty useful. So let's go ahead and compile, download, drag this out of the way. Let's add the reset. Okay, so now if I kick this, well, it didn't work. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you why it didn't work, because I didn't plug in the power supply. Okay, so the key switch must be on, and now it's off. So let's trigger it again. So if we hold this and see if I stop, the timer automatically resets. I don't know if this has a retentive timer built into the ladder logic. We can look into that a little bit later, but this is a timer that you have to hold it all the way until it'll actually hit its time. Otherwise it'll reset there. So we hit our time, it triggered our bit, and then boom. Okay. Let's do one more line on our structured text, and we're just going to say if timer ET is greater than 3000, then LED 2 is equal to true, else LED 2 is equal to false. And if, let's make sure that compiles. So we're using the timer from within our ladder logic and we're bringing it into our structured text. So if it gets over 3 seconds, then it should kick on LED 2. And just for fun, let's bring in LED 2 so we can see what it's doing. Oh, well, we're still resetting our timer, so that isn't going to work. Let's try it now. LED 1 kicked on, but our LED 2 didn't kick on. I wonder why. Okay, there we go. LED 2 kicked on. So it looks like I needed to add those parentheses. But just to be sure, let's delete these again real quick. And then once it finishes downloading, let's reset the timer. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3. All right, yeah, it kicked on. I don't know why it didn't kick on the first time. You see, as soon as we let go of that button, it resets. It doesn't reset the reset bit, but it resets the timer. So the timer value goes back to 0. So that's why 2 kicks off on its own. And then we can, of course, and see the rest of our counter still works. All right, guys, that concludes lesson 3. We did a little bit of wiring. We did some more ladder logic. We did a little more structured text. We're expanding upon, all these different programming methods. So hit that follow button if you haven't already. Hit the like button and check out video 4 when we come out with that. See you next time.